to a brand new tutorial from me on Massive. This time around I'm gonna give a tutorial on how to create like a rising lead. How do I describe this? Something that's, sounds something like when you start a motor, like you start a blender or you start a vacuum cleaner, how the sound is just kind of like, it starts from a low frequency, and then when the whole motor just on its full spin, and then it just kind of like goes up, so it starts from low and then it just kind of like rises on the pitch. Something like this, I guess. This is something that I've made. Yeah, something like that. Something that sounds like a motor. So yeah, so we're gonna go and do that. So yeah, so let's get started. Okay, let's start with the new sound. Alright. Okay, now that we have a new sound, first thing we do is you go to envelope 4 to make sure that everything, we always want envelope 4, the level of it's all the way up. We don't want it to be here with like, notice how like it goes up and then down, and velocity, so you want to go all the way up so it's consistent. So it's consistently loud. Okay, so now that we got that all taken care of, so we're gonna go with oscillator now. We're gonna need to use 3 oscillator. It's gonna be 2 saw wave and 1 square. So okay, so first thing we do is let's turn on all this oscillator. Alright, turn on, make sure all the amps up. So now it's all on. So this is what we have. There you go. So let's, before we forget, let's assign all this filter to filter 1. Let's assign this oscillator, Okay, the next thing we do is we go with the pitch. The first one, the square, we want to go on 12, minus 12, which is 1 octave below middle C. So we can get like something low, so there you go. Leave the second one on 0. And then the third one, we move it to square. The ringing thing, and then we go spectrum, we want to go with the format. Yeah, that's what you want. You want that to be, but before we go anywhere, let's go to minus 12. Same thing. But let's lower this all the way down. So it's the same. The reason we do this is because we want to achieve this when we do it later on. Yeah, that will give a definition of that rising pitch later on when we figure out, when we get there. Okay, the next thing we do is, it's pretty all in the middle, so let's detune this a little bit. Let's go with 7, and this goes with minus 7. So we should have a little bit wider. There you go. And then the next thing we do is we want to detune this even more. So let's go with a 3 voice. Really loud now. With the pitch, and we want to detune it with a pitch cutoff. A little bit. Nice and wide. That's a bit too loud, so let's lower it. There you go. The next thing you want to do is you want to get that pitch. So let's go with the envelope 3. Let's assign that to the pitch on all 3 oscillators. What we want to do is we want to bring this to minus 12, so it will start about 2 octaves below and then it will rise up. That's the whole idea. So minus 24. Same thing here. So let's do this. already got that kind of thing, but we need it to be a bit way more dramatic than that. So let's go with a really quick attack. And really, let's turn down the level all the way because we want it to go down on the envelope. As you can tell, there you go. You get it all a lot more dramatic. Well, we almost got that. So next thing we do is assign that here, and we add a low pass in there. Yeah, that's not what we want. Nope. Sometimes that same envelope doesn't always work, so let's create a new envelope here. Oops, sorry about that. For some reason. It's almost like a drill being started, you know? Okay, thing we might want to do is assign this LFO to here to modulate the filter. Let's do that. Yeah, we don't want something like that because that's way too. Let's go all the way really slowly. Now we have a bit more bite. Let's see without it. It's a bit dull. Unmute this. Okay, now that we have that done, what's the next thing? Oh yeah, we want to have that rising pitch that we were talking about. So we already used 3 to modulate the pitch, envelope 2 to modulate the filter. So let's go with envelope 1. This intensity go all the way up. See, as you can tell, it's way more dramatic now. Let's try just as the bass. That's really cool. Sound like a motor. Okay, but that sounds a bit too high pitch, so maybe we want to go 1 octave lower from that, see how that sounds. That sounds pretty wicked actually. There you go. If you switch it to saw, that sounds even more like an electric motor. Okay. That sounds pretty cool. So next thing we can do is maybe on the insert. I mean, we might need this, we might not, so we'll see. Yeah, I think that gives the thing a bit more bite. It might be a little bit too much. Yeah, I didn't do anything, so maybe in here add a bit of a heart clipper. Didn't make a difference, so maybe. I don't find that to be necessary. Okay, next thing we do, let's go in the FX. Let's put it through a classic tube to give it even more bite. Yeah. That's nice. And then to make it sounds even bigger, we go to the dimension expander. A bit too much size, maybe. EQ, I mean, this all you just adjust it according to your taste, you know. Like maybe that's a bit too. So yeah guys, there you have it. It's pretty easy, and now you know how to make that sounds of a vacuum cleaner starting. So yeah, hopefully this will help you guys in your production, and I'll be looking forward to see you more on my next tutorial, and feel free to comment. And also, if you do have a request on any tutorial and I know how to do it, then I'll be making a tutorial video for that too. So alright guys, once again, thank you for watching, and you guys have a nice day.